Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thanks to both of the witnesses for being here. Administrator Ruby, let me start with you. As you know, we're very proud in the state of Missouri of the work that's done at the Kansas City National Security Campus to support the nation's nuclear enterprise. I just wonder if you can give me an update on the NNSA's efforts to ensure that the Kansas City campus has the capacity it's going to need, the additional capacity it's going to need to meet production requirements in the coming years.
Thank you, Senator Hawley. We're also very proud of the Kansas City National Security Campus, and I'm pleased to report we're making good progress on expanding capacity and moving towards the purchase of facilities and land that could help us in the future make sure that we're right-sized at Kansas City.
Good, very good. Secretary Granholm, today in the state of Missouri, the average price of gasoline today, as of this morning, is $4.10. Average price of diesel is $5.18. And I'm sure you've seen the reporting this morning that now AAA is projecting that gas prices will hit a national average of $6 a gallon by the month of August. Is this acceptable to you?
No, it is not. And you can thank the activity of Vladimir Putin for invading Ukraine and pulling essentially those barrels.
With all due respect, Madam Secretary, that's utter nonsense. In January of 2021, the average gas price in my state was $2.07. 8 months later, long before Vladimir Putin invaded Ukraine, that price was up over 30%, and it has been going up consistently since. What are you doing to reverse this administration's policies that are drawing down our own supply of energy in this country, that are throttling oil and gas production in the United States of America? What are you doing about it?
With respect, sir, it is not administration policies that have affected supply and demand.
How can you say that when the price of gas was up over 30% from January to... you answer my questions, and it's my time, Madam Secretary, so why don't you answer my question? From January to August, the price of gasoline was up over 30%. In my state alone, it has been a continuous upward tick since then. And here's what your president did when he first came to office. He immediately re-entered the Paris Climate Accord. He canceled the Keystone Pipeline. He halted leasing programs in ANWR. He issued a 60-day halt on all new oil and gas leases and drilling permits on federal lands and waters. That's nationwide. That accounts, by the way, for 25% of U.S. oil production. He directed federal agencies to eliminate all supports for fossil fuels. He imposed new regulations on oil and gas.
What happens when a senator confronts the nation's top energy official over skyrocketing gas prices and refuses to back down? That's exactly what unfolded in this explosive Senate hearing. As Americans struggled with rising fuel costs, one exchange quickly became one of the most talked about moments from the hearing. Senator Josh Hawley repeatedly challenged Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm over the administration's energy policies, arguing they contributed to higher prices at the pump.
Me, under oath, that these policies had no effect.
I'm telling you that 94% of the oil and gas industry...
I'm not interested in their opinion. I'm interested in the facts.
So, no, they did not. Ask
That is
Vladimir
a remarkable statement.
About the increase in demand and the decrease in supply from pulling Russian barrels of oil off the market, thanks to rightly the United States saying we're not going to take Russian oil. Coming out of COVID...
So what explains the increase between January and August of 2021?
Coming out of COVID, there was an increase in demand because people were driving again. When there was no demand, the prices dropped. That is a basic law of economics. The prices dropped.
I have to say, Madam Secretary, with all due respect, your answers are insulting. And they are insulting to the people of Missouri who are looking for action. Now, you said 2 months ago your department was on war footing. What are you doing to bring down the price of gasoline, which has been going up consistently since you took office?
The price of gasoline is derived from the price of oil. The price of oil is at $110 a barrel.
What are you doing to decrease it?
On a global market, sir. If you could let me finish.
If you would answer my question.
I am answering your question, sir. Oil is traded on a global market. We are paying extremely high prices today. just as they are in Japan.
What are you doing to get it
Just as
down?
they are in Germany, just as they are in South Africa.
What are you doing to get it
because
down?
We are calling for an increase in supply. We are releasing 1 million
From
barrels
whom?
a day from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to try to balance out
Who are you getting it
supply
calling for an
and demand.
increase in
It is
supply
the
from?
largest tool that we have to be able
Who are
to
you
do that.
calling
Our
for an
allies
increase in
are
supply
also
from?
Excuse
Madam
me.
Secretary, please.
Senator Hawley, your time's expired.
Could I get an answer to this question, Mr. Chairman? Who
Senator-
are you calling for an increase in supply from?
from our domestic oil and gas manufacturers, from international oil and
Even
gas
as you
manufacturers.
cancel their leases?
Senator Hawley, if you want to answer, you have to allow the Secretary to answer.
I've said we have called repeatedly for increases in supply from domestic oil and gas manufacturers, from international oil and gas manufacturers. We want to increase supply, and that is why the President released an unprecedented amount from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, and our international allies also released from their reserves to try to balance out supply and demand while the oil.
Subscribe, like, comment, and share for more political breakdown.